Another week, another heart stopper, and another Key High victory as the Key Hawks defeated Turkey Valley in an outstanding football game last Friday night, 42-40. And head coach Chad Winters joining us. And coach, your kids got it done again. How'd they get it done?
I just don't give up. Like we talked about on Friday night, those guys have been in that situation quite a few times over the last 2 years. They continue to fight. They don't give up on each other. They know that we can make plays quick on offense to get us back into it. We just needed to get that stop on defense, and we're able to do that in that fourth quarter on Friday night and get the stop that we needed and able to go down and punch the ball in and take the lead and got another stop at the end to clinch it.
And your chemistry between Damon Weber and Tyson Cota and Dalton Dibert on offense within your passing game is just at a very high level right now. What's happening to allow that to continue?
Damon throws a great ball. The kid's able to throw incredibly accurate on the run. He can throw from different arm angles. Tyson, Dalton, great athletes, great hand-eye coordination. They just work well in unison. Dalton had 15 catches. Tyson had 9, 2 touchdowns for Dalton, 3 touchdowns for Tyson. Actually, we just missed both of them on a couple other big plays that were just overthrown or we had a foot just out of bounds. So they're a tough cover. I mean, you got 2 guys running around out there. They got to decide if they're going to put another guy over the top, if they're going to let them do their thing. Handled the pressure for the most part. Turkey Valley brought quite a bit. Damon was able to escape some of that on his own. We do have to get some of that cleaned up as some guys did come free, but I think they only ended up sacking him 1 time. So when you drop back almost 40 times and only give up 1 sack in high school football, I'll take it every day.
And you mentioned Damon's ability to throw on the run. If you look at Damon, and if you're a youngster, you probably maybe don't make a practice out of what Damon does. But what gives him the ability to throw that accurate without really sometimes putting the proper footwork into it?
Incredibly strong arm for one. I mean, he doesn't have to have his feet underneath him to toss that ball 40, 45 yards across his body. Most kids in high school don't have that ability, quite frankly. There's a touchdown Friday night where he threw it across his body to the backside of the end zone where I'm guessing the 2 Turkey guys that were standing there like, how in the heck did that ball get over our heads to the back of the end zone? And it just landed right in Tyson's arms. And he just continually does that. He just has that innate ability to do that on the run. Great quarterback.
And you mentioned the couple of stops you got defensively towards the end of the game. You were going to have to get those stops being down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. What did you credit those stops to?
I know Marcus ended up with 200 yards rushing. Honestly, I thought minus about 4 runs, we bottled them up. I would probably have to ask Mark, but I'm guessing the tackle for losses that we had Friday night probably equaled their season total that they'd given up to that point. He busted that 50-yarder down to the 1 and had those 2 32, 33-yard touchdown runs where we missed some tackles and they just creased us in the middle just barely for that trap that they always run. We're able to get some stops with him, get him off balance a little bit. There's a big holding penalty in there on the edge where they didn't let go of us as they're coming around the corner. That kind of got them off balance a little bit behind the chains. And that was a big part of the first stop. And last stop, we just made a couple great plays on them.
Obviously, a very big win last Friday night, but part of the big win is you get to play another football game. How do you transition from appreciating what you were able to do on Friday night to getting the focus back on Easton Valley this week?
Wasn't too hard, to be honest with you. I mean, they knew that we could go and compete with Turkey Valley, and if we played well, that we're going to have a good chance to win. They want another shot at Easton Valley. They felt like we left some plays on the field that first game. We're 5-point loss. It was there for the taking, and we didn't capitalize on it. So they want a chance to go get some revenge. Obviously, it's going to take a great team effort to get it done. They're a phenomenal team, offensively, defensively, special teams. So definitely got our hands full.
And I know Easton Valley, when it comes to margin of victories, prior to your first meeting, they didn't play a lot of close football games. You played them pretty much toe to toe. Did that send a message to your guys that, hey, you know what, we're right there with them?
I think so. I mean, they know that we can compete with them. I mean, we've stepped on the same field once and already did it. Made some big plays against them. Honestly, gave up some plays we probably shouldn't have. You look at their 2 playoff victories. They weren't very competitive at all with the 2 teams that they played. They both of those games were over essentially at halftime. So they continued to do that in the postseason. I mean, they're rolling right now, and we got to put our best foot forward Thursday night.
And what ultimately did you learn from that first matchup to help you get ready for Friday night?
Got to tackle better. The Simpson kid, who actually didn't end up playing last Friday night, I'm assuming we're going to see him this week. We tried to tackle him too high. He's a horse. Think Marcus Friday night and probably even more powerful. And he just runs through guys, quite frankly. And he ran through a couple of our guys the first time. Took him 35, 36 carries to get his 185 yards. We bottled him up okay compared to what he had been doing, but we definitely got to do a better job. Groover throws a great ball for him. They threw for over 300 yards against us. Got to get some pressure on them. Those guys, they're wide receivers. You can't cover them forever. So if you give that quarterback time back there, he's going to pick you apart. I mean, they got some great athletes on the edge, and they get the ball to them in space quickly. So when they do that, we got to make sure that we get guys on the ground.
All right, Coach. Well, you're on a pretty good wave right now, wave of positivity. You're still playing football, and you might as well keep this wave going. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck on Friday night.
All right. Sounds good, Darren. Thanks a lot.
Chad Winters, head coach of the Key Hawks. The Key Hawks at Easton Valley Thursday night in the 8-man quarterfinals.